My name is Lee. I've been coming to Shelter Church for a couple months or so. I grew up in the church. My parents took me to church. I had a pretty good experience going to Sunday school, but my parents were fighting and a lot outside of church, and so I didn't really see the fruits of church that I would have liked to see. So I suppose I thought it was somewhat of a sham, but also I wanted to say that my grandmother did provide me a very safe environment, and she prayed for me and taught me hard work, but taught me to say my prayers every night and would talk to me about the Bible, and that was a very formative experience. So eventually that did have an influence on me. But before that happened, I turned away from the church. I tried pretty much every other method to be happy. I tried to stack accomplishments, build a big, tall resume. I went to grad school. I served in the United States Army. I tried to do everything I could to, impress others or something, impress my family or gain their respect finally. But I never really felt that. It didn't really fill the hole. So eventually I turned to alcohol and things like that, and that definitely didn't make me any happier either. So eventually I got to a point where that habit got so bad and out of control that it kind of consumed me, and at some point I just gave up on life entirely. And then, I don't know, for some reason I feel like God just spared me, even though I tried to get out of life. And since God spared me, I thought this was strange. And so I was talking to somebody and they told me, you need to obey God. And I was like, I don't obey anybody that I don't trust. And then it almost felt like God said to me, well, you were taught this model of trust that involves, he basically asked me, do I care about you, or do I want what's best for you? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, do I know what's best for you? And I said, yeah. And he said, so then why don't you trust me? And so in that moment, I kind of was like, whoa, and then I was like, well, I don't really know how I'm supposed to live, though. And he was like, yeah, you do. You know who it is that you're supposed to follow. He already laid down the example for you. And so these things that I was taught, and it was Jesus. And at first I was like, well, that's fake. I can't say that I like Jesus. But I had to practice it in my house first. And then by practicing saying it over and over that Jesus is my Lord and Savior, I started building up more courage to say it in front of people that I felt close to. And then eventually to people that I kind of were my acquaintances. And then to people that I knew would probably bash me. And I don't know, ever since then I've just felt completely happy, joyous, and free. I feel like, like I'm one of the happiest people on earth, and I just can't even describe it to you other than that. But I really don't ever want to go back, and I just want to do this. I want to get baptized. I want to, I guess similar to the military, I want to take the oath, the public oath to Jesus Christ, and that's how I look at it. And so my name is Lee, and Jesus is changing my life.